get the kids involved. But we're here for the Dad's Connection, and, well, we are going to take another song for you. Sit back, enjoy, and then we'll take a quick break after these messages.
In late 1875, Sioux and Cheyenne Indians defiantly led their reservations, outraged over the continued intrusions of whites onto their sacred lands in the Black Hills. As the Indians closed in, Custer ordered his men to shoot their horses and stack their carcasses to form a wall. In less than an hour, Custer and his men were killed in the worst American military disaster ever.
Sitting Indian style in the distant grass, plain visions of Custer's skull as an incense ashtray. Sweet grass and sage by the spearhead's blade, blazing arrows in the sky led by clear red flames. Rivers crystal blue, lakeside by caribou. No room for error, true, my canoe fits too. My heart chambers pump like a Mayan war drum. Tomahawk, 2 clubs combined with 4 guns. Gather in the Sioux and the Cheyenne too. Counter-attack and destroy Mr. You-Know-Who. Me and Sitting Bull, finna put this dude in the ditch. Wrap him in buckskin this night on June 25th. The Nina would be bound and then slammed to the ground. The painter would be sunk and nowhere to be found. The Santa Maria would be safe and sound. Forced to make a 180, have to turn around. This was the stand that we finished the land. Little bit of perfect plan for the woman and man. Little bit more war than hit home. Moccasins ripped, torn, no young and youthful. Battle of little bit. This was the stand that we finished the land. Little bit of perfect plan for the woman and man. Little bit more war than hit home. Moccasins ripped, torn, no young and youthful. Battle of little bit. I was born as a small child. They say that I was born to embrace and face war when it's wild. At age 14, my first raid, long blade and bays and blood with heaven breaks. So heaven awaits the lives I take, a waste of a non-respecting race. So I serenade the winds to calm with winds from the Lakota's palms. Now I become the leader of this strong warrior society. You run with silent eaters, a fearless chief with no need to speak either. A deaf shepherd, protector of my sacred lands. Refuse to move with sitting bulls, stealth and skill to scalp fools. They felt they got tools, so I gather my crew. Dakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho too. And Sundance and Visions too. Now 500, 3,000 more, and it's all out war. Soon the fate of Custer will be no more.
You consider yourself to be the top. You must die. You must die. I own them best. Get him. It's not gonna be that easy. This was the stand that we finished the land. Little bit of perfect plan for the woman and man. Little bit more war than hit home. Moccasins ripped, torn, no young and youthful. Battle of little bit. This was the stand that we finished the land. Little bit of perfect plan for the woman and man. Little bit more war than hit home. Moccasins ripped, torn, no young and youthful. Battle of little bit war.
I challenge the annals of warfare to produce a more brilliant or successful charge of cavalry.
I was broken into pieces that I fashioned in the blocks. I built this tower to the heavens, naming lights at the top. Here it's Custer, not the average buster, it's Custer. Thrust your regiment into a fire pit for the heck of it. Back from suspension, tracking them engines. Back with a vengeance, crack goes the weapon. So when Cheyenne tried to meddle, get destroyed like the village of Chief Black Kettle. Could I be more brutal? Reno, Benteen, and McDougal. I'm trying to find a nice spot for the crazy horse funeral. The crazy force, you know, rain in the face and sitting bull would like to see me sitting in a pool of my own blood. No love, but so what? Move up towards Rosebud. 5/12 of my command available. I'm sword-handed, crow, scout issued a warning, but I'm fixed on this encampment. Itching for some action. If my flag goes down today, it's with honor that I'm passing.
This was the stand that we finished the land. Little bit of perfect plan for the woman and man. Little bit more war than hit home. Moccasins ripped, torn, no young and youthful. Battle of little bit. This was the stand that we finished the land. Little bit of perfect plan for the woman and man. Little bit more war than hit home. Moccasins ripped, torn, no young and youthful. Battle of little big horn.
Alright, guys, we are back with Dave Brown at the Dad's Connection. Still chilling. I want you guys to know you can reach me at 541-325-1099. If you have any questions, comments, anything you'd like to say, personalized with me, feel free. You can also give me a text at that number. So, we are going to get started. Give you guys a little bit of tunes while I'm talking to you guys. Alright, so I have a son that I found out in November for sure that he was mine, 7 years after he was born. When the day he was born, I had been on the phone with the hospital trying to get a hold of Mom, and in the process, they told me that she said that I wasn't the father. That was not cool at all. I knew who the cousin was, thought that she was my son's aunt, but I recently found out she's actually the cousin. Regardless, her, another person, and the mother had told the hospital that I wasn't the father. And because of that, the cousin there, her name is Jolene, she was able to talk the mother into giving her custody or guardianship of my son. She then took my son and gave him her last name and moved on in life with him, avoiding my phone calls and my attempts to reach her to find out about my child, whether it was a boy or girl, whether anything. The name I was given for my son originally by the mother, she said that his name was going to be Jaden Michael. Well, in fact, I recently found out in November that of last year that his name is Darmani and not Jaden. So now I know why it was so complicated to try and find anybody. Plus, apparently my son's mom has been on the run for a long time, off and on with the law, and so very hard to track down as well. So in lieu of all this, in November I ran into my son's older brother, and he had recognized me from back when his mom and I were messing around. And he told me about my son, connecting me back with his mom on the phone, and confirmed that in fact I do have a son named Armani, and he's 7 years old. And from that point on, I hunted down everything I could find out. I got an address. I then went up to Salem, where she lives, and with my son. And I knocked on the door, tried to politely ask to see my son and meet him. And well, Jolene was not happy about me being there and refused to listen to anything I had to say. And in fact, her spouse of some sort, married, I'm not sure, positive or not. Anyhow, he had tried to attack me as well physically while I was there, and I avoided that conflict, called the police, made a police report, and have that as evidence. Since then, I applied with the courts, the tribal courts of Warm Springs, to try to get my son and to get a DNA test. Originally, the tribe denied me because I am not a Warm Springs member. However, I am a registered member of a tribe, the Locorois. It's hard to say even, but I'm Ojibwe, otherwise known as Chippewa from Wisconsin. Actually, I'm registered out of Hayward, Wisconsin. And I applied with the courts and pleaded with them to see my case and to give me a chance to get a DNA test. They denied me. A few days later, it was quite odd. Apparently, Jolene had tried to adopt my son. She filed for an adoption, and so the courts saw the conflict, read the what I had given them, and had decided that it was important for us to get a DNA test. So they ordered CPS of Warm Springs to do a DNA test. The DNA test came out positive that he is my son. In fact, it can't be argued with. 99.99% out of 300,000 or more. Anyhow, he's definitely my son. He looks a lot like me. He looks a lot like my daughters, both of them. And I really wanted to be a part of his life, as I always have, and I always was available to be. But unfortunately, keeping him away from me for 7 years has softened my rights, apparently. So the courts decided that they weren't going to allow her to adopt him. And they actually had basically told her that, well, in the court order, she's supposed to comply, giving me a biological connection, making some sort of connection with me while he's in counseling. See, because this Jolene woman has been telling him that she is his mother for all of these years. And in fact, she's not. But she has cared for him like a mother, from my understanding. He's in pretty good health. And, well, I don't know much more than that right now. But I do thank that person, you know. I do thank Jolene for taking care of him. I'm just upset that that she was part of the crew that kept me from him. So she didn't have to raise my son. She wasn't obligated to in any way. She wanted to for some reason of her own, whatever that is. I wanted to be there for my son and take care of him, and I still do. And so